Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the team of TENSUng FC and UGYEN Academy FC. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome to yet another match day. The last, in fact, right before our international break here at Windy City MTC. The TENSUNG artificial turf, we have TENSUNG FC and their starting 11. Doji, their goalkeeper, 31 as always. Their captain, Sompunso, Doji, Peldewan Chukakat Sering. Chilawandi, 11, Pubatins 14, Sangalikdan 17, Pubdoji 19, Kilit Sering. 24, their goal scorer against BFF. And Sangaletro completing the lineup for TENSUNG. Not many changes from their earlier matchup that held BFF Academy to their first draw. But right now, their home advantage, TENSUNG is unbeaten. They have a victory against Transport United, which they will be looking to repeat here against UGYEN Academy, who otherwise are on a brilliant streak, but ended short simply by TENSUNG. And right now, dead last, UGYEN Academy will have a lot to fight for. Here is the starting 11 for UGYEN Academy. Locho Nyima, their goalkeeper, as always. Chigral Doji, their captain. Kandru Wanchu, the 6-foot giant in the centre-back position for UGYEN Academy. Posted by Ngauntes Rabge Pravin up front. UGYEN Chinle, Somlode, Santa Kumar, Limbu, 3 goals across 3 matches. Not really the best of form, but the scoreline says something completely different. Naumsona Mishtobel and Chimidoji completing the starting 11 for UGYEN Academy, who are looking to get themselves out of last place. Also, the referees for today. The main referee is Wang Chen, assisted by Pasang and Teshi Gelton. The 4th official for today, UGYEN Penjo. A quick reminder with regards to the standings as it is right now in the 2026 BoB Bhutan Premier League season. BFF Academy, after their win, topping the table, 10 points to their name. Paro yesterday joined the ranks of the top 3 after beating Transport United in a nail-biting 3-2 victory. A goal literally in the last minute while I was talking about the possibility of a goal coming in, and Paro through Utah. Brilliant effort, and now top 3 right alongside Drukpa at 7 points. Transport 4th. TENSUNG right now bottom 3rd, 8 points, 4 points to their name. Right below them is TENSUNG FC, who only has 3 points, but even more below, UGYEN Academy FC 0 points, but an entire possibility ahead of them as they look to shake things up in their season. Not the dream start they want, but hopefully they can end the first round with smiles and a celebration much awaited for the side of UGYEN Academy. Again, if the ground sound is audible, you all should definitely feel the wind. In the pre-match interview with the head coach for UGYEN Academy, they talk about the wind. Said that when they sent it forward in the long ball, it came backwards instead. Those are the conditions they are putting up with. TENSUNG, pretty used to it by now. Their judgment with the ball in the air, as was evident in that brilliant overhead kick from Chilawandi. If it was not made obvious then, should make it pretty obvious today as we kickstart off here with UGYEN Academy. Plays it long immediately, but again, the inaccuracy on their long balls will be tested. TENSUNG first throw in. Again, we started off with one of the most competitive rounds ever in the history of footballing competition here in Bhutan. A tight contest from first till last, and right now UGYEN Academy, after the rest of the teams are steadily picking up their wins, are leaving UGYEN Academy behind in the dust. But no short of upsets, no shortage of dramas, and no shortage of plot twists as UGYEN Academy in blue against TENSUNG in red look to further solidify the value that this season has provided for our fans and fans of Bhutanese football. Again, the same starting 11 for TENSUNG as we saw in that last matchup. That goal courtesy of Kilitsering who made a brilliant volley right in the opening 10 minutes as TENSUNG looked to get one in. What a shot from the military boys. So Chanyama fully extended, but if it was on target, plenty of power to even get past his reflexes. There's the captain, Jigdral. Had his call up in the under-17 national squad. Picked up a yellow card, but so far, all of them safe. It's only Timber City right now, the team, to face the penalty of a triple yellow and even a red card. Did hamper their chances while fighting against the Thunderbolts. Apologies, RTC. But stood their ground, couldn't do much against that magnificent run from Jigdral, which you all saw, I'm sure, floating around on social media, on TikTok. But again, early opportunity from Pravin. Brilliant denial there from Yezetochi. Sompunso bolstering that back line, but threat eliminated. Legden will play it up front. TENSUNG versus UGYEN Academy, 2 of 3 teams in this league, which has so far been choked full of foreign talent and foreign signings. 3 teams to stay fully national. And UGYEN Academy and BFF, the youngsters. In a surprise twist of events, BFF Academy, their first lead, their first time at the top of the table. But given the competitiveness, does not really feel safe. UGYEN Academy has had a troubling spell for their forwards. They have forwarded plenty of goals, but it has looked shaky. Santa, 3 games, 3 goals. Couldn't ask for a better performance from a guy up front. But at the same time, those 3 goals have not been efficient by any standard. A lot of chances thrown away. Not really the best he could have done. But given the low volume, the low scoring play style TENSUNG prefers, and especially in their home turf where they more often than not keep a clean sheet against their opponents, that chaos from UGYEN Academy may very well be their answer going forward. Sunny Legden. Right down the middle. Kaka, an option for an outlet, but TENSUNG will force it down the left flank. Chile Wangdi, their debutant goal scorer, the opening goal scorer for this season. Haven't found one yet, but it was this same spot where he made his first miracle. And given the recurring conditions, maybe we can see one more from him today as well. So far, no clear initiative. TENSUNG is a heavily defense-oriented team, but given the difficulty UGYEN Academy are having in terms of their build-up, looks like TENSUNG will elect to play a bit far up. A chest in the way, brilliant defending there from Pupdoji. Alongside Kinzang Doji, have been one of my favorite defenders out on that flank this season. Of course, a lot of big names. Tinder Jamso from BFF as well. Especially talking about the local players. In the internationals, there is Adarsh Vijay, who has played spectacularly. And let alone the big teams. I do find these players a bit underrated. But solid performances. Belden in their opening match against RTC. It was Belden who came the closest to taking Tensung out with a victory. But since then, haven't really seen him play a pivotal role. He is consistent, but it will need a lot more than consistency this season. Again, the wins at Tenchuling, as intense as ever. Locho sends it out long. This time, accurate. Controls that ball with the wind well as well. Right back out. This time inside, but a header in the way. Strong there from Tensung. UGYEN Academy still retaining possession. But flag raised against UGYEN Academy and Santa. And Sompunso, the Bhutanese Van Dyke, as he wants me to call him. Is one of the tallest presences in the league and will be the man to beat early on against, in this very same pitch, against Abayomi, the key threat from Transport. It was the captain for Tensung, Sompunso, that held Transport United's offense down to basically nothing. Couldn't shift gears, couldn't find any answer, any avenue against Tensung, and this time looking to do the same against UGYEN Academy. Their primary threat right now is Santa. Other than him, Mount Sonam did find a goal in that last match versus Tirang. A tough loss to Solo, especially with it right being at home. A lot of supporters for UGYEN Academy. But despite that, Sirang and Stefan Solin found a win right back. Also, for those of you who also followed the Women's National League as well, we are just done with the face-off between Kelefu Academy Girls Under 17 versus United Finsling. Before that match, the record stood for Paro for this season with 16 goals scored. But they went ahead and shattered it, 18 the last I counted. Not quite sure how many actually was credited. But yeah, should be seeing that post somewhere on Facebook. If you do follow women's football in Bhutan and the page for the BoB Women's National League as well. If you don't, do go give them a follow. Also, massive thanks to our main sponsors, Bank of Bhutan, our beverage partners, Coca-Cola, our internet partners, Bhutan Telecom, and to our new clothing partners, Hummel. Again, Chikdrel playing way up front. Got that clip, quite merciless there on Chilewangdi, but the thing you love to see about Tensung FC is the fact that they do not stay down. Do they go down? Occasionally. But the more important fact, they do not stay down, get back, right back up. Injuries that other players typically would cause a delay for like a couple of minutes does not bother these military boys at all. And UGYEN Academy, despite their physicality, do not seem to be backing down right now. There's an ambitious effort there from Pupa. Will float off. This time the wind against Tensung's effort. And not much for Hochonyuma to do there as that ball rolls right off into the asphalt in the back. But again, this is home. This is their fortress. They have held it down for a long time. And right now faced off against bottom of the table, UGYEN Academy. Feels like it could be a question that will take a long time to answer. Both teams taking it slow. Still an air ball. Recovered. Purpa off to the left. Chinle. Challenge in the way, but Chinle fighting through it. Delivery right inside. First header from Kandu. Again, the centre-back partnership has been solid for UGYEN Academy. Jigdrill and Kandu, both well above 180 centimeters, is a wall that no team will find it easy to break. Sangalek then. Tensung's local signing. On the set piece, even their captain committing to his position inside that box. Sompunso right there, possible target, but delivery is low. Sangalek then. A better angle. Kandu, brilliant job. Purpa Tenzin and off to Hochanyima. A fantastic effort there as Tensung, uncharacteristic of their playstyle, is picking up steam. Well, surprise, surprise here for UGYEN Academy as Tensung did not come here to play. Purpa back at it again, had two brilliant efforts already. This time delivery played short from a better angle. Driven low and sent off by Santa. Pravin on the right. Lets it bounce off, but a brilliant effort in there by Pupdoji. Purpa yet again, but a foot in the way. Promising effort there. But this time, long delivery. Pravin has the pace, mashed up against Sangaletro. One-on-one on that right flank. Santa right on the line. Otherwise, a brilliant effort. Look at that effort again from Purpa Tenzin. Right now, Tensung, 2 goal scorers. One was sitting against BFF with a fantastic volley nobody saw coming. That forced the first draw for Bhutan Football Federation Academy. And the other was Chilewangdi, who in that very box had a brilliant overhead kick against Transport United. Pinballed right between the two. Coming out is UGYEN Academy, who flicks it off. Pravin making that run, but cannot tread it past Pupdoji. Again, a lethal presence on that left back. When matched up against BFF, his face-off against his jersey double. Teenager for BFF, who plays on that right wing. Was a showdown to watch. As legged in. Miscommunication there from Tensung. The opening goal from Transport United yesterday versus Paro in similar fashion. With Eboyamoa stealing right off of the unexpected Siddiqui Jawara, who had his back turned. Right now, Sangalegden, similar fashion, but couldn't quite really find the avenue to get a run in, blocked off by his own teammate. There again, another lethal back in the flanks for Tensung. Kinzan Doji, not the tallest, but one of the few players who has the most muscle. And given those muscles, he is not heavy. He's really quick, really explosive for his size. As Tensung look to breach in. Shishet Sopel or Bobby. Not many options to send it out to. A lot of red jerseys in the way, forced to send it out, and Tensung will get yet another opportunity from corner. So far, they have played everything low. But this time, can they finally realize the aerial advantage they have? Purpa. Delivery. Lochonyima gets a punch in. And that will be enough for Tensung to get A throw-in. Not the best of deliveries they are getting from those corners. Sompun Sopo expectant and posted right up. Their other targets not bad as well. Belden and Kaka, Chinawangdi, Kilitsering. A lot of solid names inside as Sompunso heads it right in. Belden fighting off the double. Jigdral, the final one to get a touch in and off Kaka. And a restart it will be for Hochonyama. Hishtobel. Pravin has that advantage in terms of pace. Pup Toji is beaten right there. Yes, Toji with another fantastic save. Not the biggest name underneath the goalpost, but my oh my, Doji has been shining throughout Tensung's campaign this season. Pravin, plenty of pace, but that final touch, a tad too long, and Eze with the brilliant read, no hesitation there. As the UGYEN Academy earned themselves possession deep inside Tensung's territory. On screen, head coach for UGYEN Academy. Again, didn't mention concerns about how his team would fight off against the wind. But so far, his boys are doing a really great job. Brilliant defending there from Tensung. Forces Chimidoji into the second corner back-to-back. This time, delivery right in. First header, Purpa. Pupdoji. And it will be a corner yet again. Look at that. Giants posted inside that 6-yard box. For Tensung. As they get yet another throw in. UGYEN Tinle off to Chimi. Simply unlucky for UGYEN Academy. Chimidoji clipped that ball too far off to the left and off it went. Sompunso, quick restart there. His deliveries have been lethal. That goal from Kilitsering against BFF was courtesy of a long set from their captain. And a shot from Chilawandi, which gave Kinle the opening to get off with a fantastic volley past Ho. But right now, Tensung on the left, Tinle, Jigdral a step too late and a shot right towards Lochanyama. Not the best effort they've made in this match, but it has been a brilliant 20 minutes so far. UGYEN Academy, not many opportunities. Tensung, on the other hand, taking home advantage to its fullest capacity. And look at that strike again. Brilliant cut in, lost Chishitsobel. Jigdral a step too far back. Left that angle for that shot. Santa on the other end is UGYEN Academy's top scorer. Can he find one for himself? But the deflection in the way. Easy roll there for Yezidoji to simply pick up. Pravin had one fantastic attempt early on, but his touch is not in full form. But can't really expect them to stay this way. It was the case in that matchup between RTC and Thimphu City. Jigdral especially, in that match, the first half, really shaky, played out of position. A lot of players played out of position. The coach shaking things a little bit. Jigdral started in midfield, his passes not connecting. But in that final stretch where it really mattered, found the run, found the pass, and found that assist. to RTC's winner. So right now, UGYEN Academy, the same story, Santa and Pravin. Both of them, shaky starts, shaky 60 minutes, after which they simply turn on a switch and somehow find a goal in the back of the net. UGYEN Academy, looking promising, has a throw in. Despite the blitz in the starting minutes by TENSUng, UGYEN Academy finally found their rhythm there at MTC. Ngawang will get another throw in. So far, UGYEN Academy, brilliant job getting goals back in. Only one time they've conceded a clean sheet in. They've let an opponent take a clean sheet. It was against Drukpa, if I'm not wrong. But the rest of the times they have managed to find the back of the net. Looking forward to the same story this time around as TENSUng right up to Lochonyima. For the crowd, probably got flashes of that brilliant overhead kick set up in similar fashion against Transport United and the Grizzlies. But this time a brilliant ball flicked up. There's a Doji brilliant job denying it, but not quite the need to do so. The flag will save TENSUng. Yet another promising build-up fizzling out for UGYEN Academy. Their struggles continuing on. Otherwise, a brilliant display at home. This time, Tincheling's wind bothering every possession for UGYEN Academy. Slowly and steadily approaching the half-an-hour mark, still at a deadlock. TENSUng brilliantly won right off of youngsters, but an immediate turnover there from Chilewangdi, hoping to thread it through, but too many bodies in the way. Hishisobel with the escape. Pravin, yet another run, this time match up against Sangaletro. Delivery right inside Santa. Too far out, too little power, and here's it. Doji makes that brilliant read. Easy save there for the goalkeeper. Then TENSUng back at the restart again. A brutal exchange of blows back and forth. UGYEN Academy not shut out completely so far. They are seeing avenues. They are seeing angles they can threaten TENSUng's backline with. This time, the assignment for Sompunso. Lets it roll. Kinza Doji. From behind is Ngong Sonam. Climbed over the man in an attempt to get that possession back. But again, as I was saying, Kinza Doji too strong. Can't be taken off without getting a little bit cheeky there. heading into this match. It is a winning record in the entirety of their history. Their head-to-head record considerably in favor for UGYEN Academy. Pretty ambitious, have to commend the effort though. With that wind, no telling where that ball will be sent. You can place it perfectly, but well, nature has its way. Brilliantly kept possession, forwarded by Tilawandi right in the middle. Purpatenzen, loser of UGYEN Academy. Back to Kandu. Sangilikten out of the advantage. Kaka played it up, but too much power on that Lochunyima. TENSUNG. Again, last season couldn't find a single victory against UGYEN Academy, who won both of their showdowns. 3-0 and 3-1, the scores in both games. And this season, if TENSUNG wants to change the storyline, very well may be it. Has been one of the most competitive seasons we've had. Even competition from first till third. Still unsure who will end up on top at the end of the season. But one thing is for sure, Paro FC has competition. Hopefully this trend continues. Right now, UGYEN Academy at bottom. If they win today and get their 3 points, then the league will have completely been shaken up. TENSUNG, on the other hand, if they get the 3 points today, well, only good news for them as they join the ranks of the top of the table. Three points for TENSUNG, who are right now at 4, will mean that they will end up in a three-way tie between Drupa, Paro, and TENSUNG. Last season, not a sentence you would expect to hear, as Lochunyima plays it up and long. Close call there for UGYEN Academy. Almost a gap in decision-making there. Pravin, brilliant job keeping it alive, but against Sangel Heto, not much chance. Can't expect to go against the military boys in a 50-50 and end up winning it most of the time. Kaka helping out back. Is there delivery right in the midst of a chaotic flank on that side? Also not really sure what the intent in the audience is. But if UGYEN Academy end up winning today, they are level with Thimphu FC and the Thunderbolts. Still at the bottom of the table. But ignoring the standings, you have to look at the margin. Second place is 7 and ninth place is 3, which means there is only a gap of 4 points between second all the way to ninth. And if UGYEN Academy put themselves in that mix, well, ignore the standings, but look at the points. That way we have drama. BFF Academy right now, the only one clear ahead of everyone. Still haven't met their toughest matchups yet, but they are looking promising. Well, a bit of an early intervention there from the referee at the half-an-hour mark. As finally we resume play. UGYEN Academy throw-in, lets it roll off to TENSUNG. Chaotic bodies in the way from the side of UGYEN Academy, throwing a lot of personnel in the midst of the baits they are throwing. They are luring TENSUNG to making risky passes. And as such, they are winning a lot of possessions back. But this time around, perfectly set on the flank. Peldon has 3 to beat. Not many options forward. Will have to play it back. But that overload on the flank opens up that left foot. Dangerous opportunity there for TENSUNG. Risky decision making there from UGYEN Academy. Committed too many bodies on the side, opening up that shot right down the middle for Kinzang. Had the trajectory on that ball. Had it been placed a little bit better, would have changed the storyline here and given the home crowd something worth celebrating. But right now the scoreline stands 0-0. Legden pokes it right out. Kaka back to Legden. Promising intent there, but the finishing execution, too much pressure on that one, and in the midst of frantic, UGYEN Academy gets it right back. And so does TENSUNG. I stand corrected. Sompunso off to Eze. UGYEN Academy committing a little too much up front. Header won by Isha Sobel. Legden involved early on. Purpatenzin forced to retreat, and UGYEN Academy will earn their throw-in. Tilewangdi. But it is Chigdrill who sends it up long off that interception. Posted up was Ngong Sonam, but in the midst of a tall giant and a short giant, not really many avenues you have to work with. And back to Yezedoji it is. Santa almost wins possession back, but has to restart from a throw-in. Both teams, difficulty in retaining possession. Santa, dangerous opportunity, but miscommunication as Sompunso finds the angle to get a foot in. And off to the sides yet again. The first 10 minutes, domination from TENSUNG. But right now, UGYEN Academy finally finding their footing. Santa onside. Mashed up, taking the assignment is the captain. Santa forcing that pass off. Poked right out. And the restart from Ngawang. Too many feet in the way. Leg then sends it out long to that flank, where Tsinle is waiting. A base battle between Paladin and Chigdrill. But too long of a stride there on the captain for UGYEN Academy. And back to Sochonyima, distributes it on the left side this time around. Angle in between. Again, despite the win, UGYEN Academy finding a lot of opportunities up front with Pravin, who goes down. Strong challenge there by Purpa. Puptoji. Pravin pokes it right back. Awang Sonam denied an angle to get a shot off. And Puptoji will send it out long. Again, an earlier look at Ngong Sonam. Brilliantly passed one. But met right at the point of contact there. By leg then also with regards to the term short giant I use, it is because Kinzang Toji, despite his stature, not the tallest, has a lot of muscle. So that was the reasoning why I used short giant, if it was unclear. He is one of the most physical and the most strongest. Yes, from the shoulders he's throwing around. As that whistle on Kaka will earn a restart for UGYEN Academy. Again, simply waded his way through Nawang Sodam. Again, UGYEN Academy are heating up, but this time they will send it out directly towards here. There's Santa right there. But any shorter, and it was some punsos to snatch. There again, Kinzang throws it along the line. Involves right middle. Kaka not really accurate with that, but they do manage to recover. Tenzin stolen immediately. UGYEN Academy pokes it right down the middle, but a challenge in the way. Still alive for UGYEN Academy. A lot of options opening up. It is a sea of red and blue out on the wing. Yeshet Sopel sends it out right towards the post, and an easy save yet again for Yezetochi. Again, the tallest on the side from UGYEN Academy, the giant in the back, has been solid all campaign long despite the losses. Can't really contribute any of those to his individual performance. Has been doing his fair share, earning his keep, Kanuanchu. But it will be a team effort going forward into this season. As Lochonyema sends it out right in the middle, in the midst of that chaos, UGYEN Academy almost got that forward run. Kaka, angle right in the middle. Purpa, legged in. Rolls it past Kaka, but Chile waited a bit too long. Pravin immediately kicking off that counter attack, and a challenge in the way. Perfectly timed. Chile lets it off. Purpa has an option on the wing. Kinlitzering, delivery inside, and a header there from Chile. But simply grazed past 11. And it will be UGYEN Academies to restart with. A closer look at that again. The delivery, brilliant, but Chile centimeters behind that ball. Couldn't quite get the contact to direct it anywhere past Lochonyema. Despite the promising stretch from UGYEN Academy, the tides have turned. The winds of the Windy City here at Tensung have shifted in favor of the home team. The home crowd coming up alive again as TENSUNG presenting the audience with a fantastic chance after chance. UGYEN Academy throws in right towards TENSUNG, recovers it towards leg then. Kaka. Again, a strong presence. Not letting UGYEN Academy work with anything decent. As it rolls back from Jigtril to Khandru, who is forced to send it out. Again, the scoreline still at a 0-0, but it has been 40 minutes of pure entertainment. Both teams are getting past each other's backlines and are getting plenty of brilliant shots in, just none accurate, or if they are accurate, none with power. as a failed attempt. Will send it out for Lochanyuma to restart. Hishitopel. Not much time remain. Less than 3 minutes until the end of regular time. Santa helping out. Lets it roll. Hishitopel. Brilliant touch there. Pravin is set up right in the middle. Is Chimmy if they can get a touch in. But it will roll off for Yezer. Again, with the rain, with the wind, the rain is picking up as well. Not the best of conditions for these players. Given the difficulty, the wind itself puts these players under. But it is Tensung's home ground. UGYEN Academy not too far away. It's Kaka. Legden. Right back in the middle to Kaka. And back to Legden. Brilliant series of passes there in the midst. Tensung and their roster. Sompunso sets it up long again, but pokes it in the way. Kandu. Not an opponent you can simply climb past. And UGYEN Academy sends it the other way. Possession still kept alive, still inside. Kinzang in the way. Forces that delivery right towards a teammate. Not many angles for the youngsters to work with. They are making do with what they have. But at this point, not enough. Kandu helping out midfield. Gets that clean challenge in. Tensung. Flicked back. Belden gets it right. Has the space. Sends it out to the flank. Better options available for Tensung. Delivery. Far out back. Brilliant control there. Flicked in and sent out. But it is still at the edge of the box. Kaka gets it under control. Cuts right back in. Left-footed. And Jigdrill it is. Promising setup otherwise from Tensung. Had a lot of chances to get those touches in, which they are really capable of. As this time in response, Pravin, the pace to keep it alive on that flank. Delivery, back post. But no teammate in the way, and Sompunso will take it up himself. Hishe. Well, at least looked promising in the first stage of that build-up. But handed it right towards Tensung. 2 more minutes of additional time in the rain. UGYEN Academy sends it out long with a prayer, which the military boys have denied time and time again. Should be a lesson learned, but it is still a tactic they are resorting to again and again. They are having much better success on that right flank. But are not making attempts on that side. As yet another attack diminishes in the hands of Yezetochi. Belden. In the midst of four blue jerseys, couldn't quite keep an awareness on his positioning. Offside flag, UGYEN Academy, Jig Drill, back to Kandu. It is the closing 30 seconds. Happened yesterday with a winning goal in the last possible second for Paro. Can both these teams show us a spectacle here today? Pravin, the rain has picked up a lot. In the midst of that confusion and delivery inside, but UGYEN Academy cannot find the contact. Again, plenty of success on that right flank. Could have made it one right now, but the scoreline will stand still a deadlock, 0-0 for TENSUng and UGYEN Academy as we head into the halftime break. Brilliant football from both sides. UGYEN Academy, a lot of options on that right flank again. But feels like they will go wherever the captain for TENSUng is not. So, a lot to see as we head into the halftime break. Until then, this was your commentator, Ogintesh Tochi. Thank you guys for all the love. See you guys in the second half. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome back to a brilliant showdown here between UGYEN Academy, currently bottom of the table, and TENSUNG, who are at 3 points right now. It is a very, very heavy rain out here in Tencheling. The wind, unforgiving as always, no surprise, in the fortress that TENSUNG has defended for a long, long time. But right now, as we head into the second half, it is still 0-0. A substitution has been made. Pelewanchu subbed out. Brilliant otherwise. And TENSUNG with the restart. They have gotten their fair share of shots, courtesy of Kinle and Kinzang and Chinawandi, who have made brilliant attempts to earn the first for TENSUNG, but it is still their white whale. Kanuancho, alongside Jigdrill, has been solid in the back, is one of the few reasons why TENSUNG is still at 0 despite the attempts they've played up front. On the other hand, UGYEN Academy are having a lot of luck and success on that right flank. Pravin made a lot of brilliant runs, and right before the first half came to a close, almost had a tap-in. But simply inches too far off, and the scoreline stands 0-0. Kinle Kanuancho. Typically the tallest in the field given any other circumstance, but right now on the opposing end is 6'3", Sompunso. As UGYEN Academy throws another opportunity away. Could have made something happen from that. But delivery far too off the line. And TENSUNG, well, considering cannot quite keep that ball under control, given the rain, given the wind. A hard task for a player of any caliber out here at Tencheling. But UGYEN Academy, despite the conditions, fighting on. Santa right up there. Couldn't quite get a proper judgment on that ball. And Sonam immediately sends it out long. But UGYEN Academy, their aerial presence has jumped up by levels. Again, brilliantly won back by UGYEN Academy, forcing TENSUNG to take steps to get anywhere near the halfway line. But this time the throw-in delivered. Posted up, UGYEN Academy, fantastic against the military boys. Will earn themselves a throw-in. A foot in the way, Purpa keeping possession away, but UGYEN Academy gets it right back. Delivery right inside, this time an option, but Sonam having none of it. A stellar first half for TENSUNG, but right now looking like a completely different story. A shift in chapters and a shift in their ability. The rain is against UGYEN Academy. Tailwind for TENSUNG, finally making a promising run on that right flank, but sent off into the stand. Kanuanchu, brilliant read there. Got a foot in on that run there from Kinle. Played right out. UGYEN Academy gets a foot in on the wing. Naong Sonam, this time pass to, pokes it out. Santa is there off his line. Santa gets that one-on-one delivery right in the middle. Naong Sonam, left foot winded up, a foot in the way. And here's a Doji with the save. A little bit more lift could have helped out with that effort, but given the rain, only so much you can do. It is a job well done enough, keeping your eyes open against that stinging rain. But brilliant read on that defense. Got a foot in the way and almost slipped there from Izadoji as well. But the technique keeps it alive for TENSUNG. But pressure still up. UGYEN Academy realizing that they have something going for them. Sompunso beat this time around, but Genzang Doji again gets a foot past Santa and out for a corner. Chimidoji. Again, look at that child on the sidelines, donning that UGYEN Academy jersey. Probably family or simply a die-hard football fan. Great to see the support from the younger generation. Never know if that kid will be standing in this ground as a player in the league someday soon. Well, seems like this match will be brought to a standstill. Given the rain, we can't really expect these players to play out there. Always health concerns a reason. And given the change in seasons, not really the best of times to be having this weather. But does seem like the match is being called off. Not quite sure what the actual decision is. Let me quickly check in and get back to you guys. Well, seems like they will be waiting out the rain to see if the situation improves. If it doesn't, well, we might have a confusing situation at hand. But again, right now, they are waiting for the rain to ease up a little bit. Given the time of the season we are in, should not really be that intense of a rain over here at Tenchuling. But hopefully it dies down. Both teams have heated up. UGYEN Academy ever so close to one of their own. TENSUNG losing the momentum they've picked up in the first half an hour. But as it stands, it is 0-0. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. But we will have to wait until the situation betters up. Until then, this was the commentator. Please, no need to worry about me. Just have fun. Enjoy the game of football we all know and love. Let's support our own players. And if there are any more that want to join the other side of football, behind the screen, behind the mic, then just approach us. There are only a few numbers of us here. So if you want to help out, just let us know. But in the meanwhile, while we wait for the rain to stop, we end the match right now, 0-0. Until we restart, this was your commentator, Ugentesh Tochi, signing off temporarily. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo and welcome back again. The rain has eased up a little bit, at least enough to let play build on. And we are back into the deadlock between TENSUNG and UGYEN Academy. We are restarting from the corner UGYEN Academy had earned right before we halted play. Hopefully, that stoppage did not halt their momentum. They were coming closer and closer to getting one in for themselves. Culminated in that corner, which this time unfortunately cannot be utilized to its fullest. But does not really seem like there is anything down as a late challenge there. Well, deemed fair, looked like the referee was considering it, but allows a goal kick for Yezidoji and TENSUNG. It has been 50 minutes of intense back and forth. Both teams not able to find an advantage past their opponent. Funny thing about this match today, both teams taking turns, putting pressure on each other. For 10 minutes, it's either TENSUNG. For the next 10, it's UGYEN Academy. And right now, it has been UGYEN Academy riding their waves of effort and energy as we resume play. The crowd seems to be slowly getting back in as well. Seems like most of them went to get out and bring their umbrellas. Nice to see people taking care of themselves, but Kandu aren't you off. Jigdrell sends it right back to TENSUNG. Delivery long, but not much to worry about. Lochonyima sends it out long. Again, you would think that given the conditions they are playing in, long balls wouldn't really be their choice. But with the added rain, not really the agility you need for short build-ups. As desperation, lobbed up right in, and Yezidoji gets it right before Santa does. Slight panic there amidst TENSUNG. Kandu, solid header. And that will be enough for TENSUNG to get possession back right now. Haven't properly tested Locho in a while. They have gotten powerful shots off, but they have not been able to place it well within the posts. As Kinzang. Kinzang throws it in right down the middle. Legged in, back to Kinzang, who sends it off long. Kandu, right midfield. Ugintinle. Back to Jigdrell and back to Lochonyima. UGYEN Academy, our youngsters, there is a high range in terms of their age. Some 20 plus, some in their teens. So a diverse age group within the school uniform. But right now they are playing with a maturity that are keeping TENSUNG on their toes. Powerful shot release there, but a body in the way. Jigdrell, brilliant job positioning himself right in the midst of that shot. Tenzin. TENSUNG still developing in midfield. Now on the flank, delivery placed inside. Lets it roll. Luckily, right foot. Kandu in the way. This time tries again and almost had the power and the pace to threaten it past Lochonyima. But again, the matter of inaccuracy still a lingering issue for TENSUNG. Again, a reminder as to what is at stake. This is one of the most congested tables we've seen in a long, long while. Only BFF Academy clear past everyone else. Up at 10 points, right behind 7 points is Paro and Drukpa. And even right now, the team without any points is UGYEN Academy, and they are fighting for their lives. If they lose this one, they lose a lot of momentum going forward. But if they can win somehow today and get their 3 points, they will be within 4 points of second place, which is not a bad place to be. There are 10 teams, so of course the rankings will show that you are 10th. But it is a point difference that will change after a match or two, which they want. And TENSUNG right now 3 points, but another 3 will put them at 4th place. So a lot to fight for here. A draw will not be the result either teams want. And despite the rain, both teams putting their level best effort up front as it finally rolls in. Santa with his 4th of his campaign, and what a way to bring his team back up in this rain. The heat not dead yet, as UGYEN Academy finally get a lead at the hour mark, and UA up 1 against TENSUNG 0. Again, the drama I was talking about. TENSUNG all the way up at 6 points. Look at that. Santa didn't have anything to do, just positioned himself brilliantly, and that was all it took to get it past Yezetochi. Again, TENSUNG right now at 4 points. 3 more will help them climb up to the top half of the table, tie them alongside Drukpa and Baro. But right now, things are looking shaky. UGYEN Academy has turned the tables around, but that opens up a lane for a counter. Locho reads with perfection. Snuffed off that attack before it could even culminate in any sort of shot towards his post. This season, TENSUNG started off strong, a victory at home against Transport United, a team which are right now in 4th place. He shoots so well. Right down the middle, Sonam Punsol lets it roll. A foot in from UGYEN Academy, but on the other wing, Kinzang. Too much pressure. Brilliant from UGYEN Academy. Santa, Pravin committing to that run on that right flank. Can he get it before he is there? Almost got a fleck off, but a step too short, a step too far behind, and UGYEN Academy still at 1 as TENSUNG clawing back their military resilience. If it cannot help anywhere else, it should now. As there is chaos erupting between these players. The highest level of altercation we've had all season. No swings, but looked like there may have been one. Not quite sure what the spark was, but there will be a lot for the referees to do here. Kanwanchu trying to keep the calm, Sompunso having a couple of words as well. These are military boys against schoolboys. But given, as I frequently reminded, given what is at stake, there is a lot of pressure bubbling in. But in the midst of all that, to enjoy a replay of the first goal, the opener from UGYEN Academy. As the referee still sorting out the chaos that erupted between the two teams. Chilawangdi, his second yellow of the campaign. Another yellow for Phuptoji and a yellow for UGYEN Academy for Ngawang. Chilawangdi already had a yellow card in their first match. This is his second, so safe from suspension. And hopefully those cards were enough for these players to keep a sense of sportsmanship alive here in MTC. Jig drill. Flicked right back, hit that left flank all open but couldn't get a proper touch in. And it will be a restart for TENSUNG. Options available for Kenzang. Purpa. Right in the middle. Tilnitsering. Ambitious ball there, but simply couldn't keep it under control. Could have intercepted it midway, but rolled right back out Sochonyima. Sompunso. Is it Dochi? Lets it loose down the middle. UGYEN Academy, a lot of bodies in the way. But a bit too much ambition on that possession. TENSUNG, easy steal there. Again, given the rain, the turnout in the audience only livening as we progress throughout the match. Just 3 minutes past the first hour. And a close call there. But wouldn't have mattered anyways. Do believe an offside flag was raised. And back again for the restart, Sochonyima. A substitution underway for TENSUNG as Phuptoji, who earned a yellow card for himself, is being subbed out. After the surprise of a goal, a peekaboo in fact, from UGYEN Academy, TENSUNG do look like they have calmed down. They are making steady waves after waves towards Sochonyima, still waiting on that conversion, however. Chilawangdi's throw in, put to waste. UGYEN Academy sends it long immediately. But again, a lot of red jerseys waiting. On the other hand, finally breached through. A lot of options. And TENSUNG chooses the wrong one. A lot of bodies, midfield and on the flank, making that overlap, but that delivery right in the middle of nowhere. The recipient of that pass hopefully corrects the cowardly dog, but that will not be enough to get TENSUNG back into this match. They had a spectacular win against Transport United. They kept an amazing performance against BFF Academy. But again, the concerns with this team is whether they can get a solid goal in. Right now, their 2 goals, complete miracles. Their personnel have shown that they are capable of those goals again and again. But the alignment in the stars you need for that sort of goals is not something you come across every day. Their opener to this season was a marvelous overhead kick courtesy of Chilwandi. Their follow-up was a brilliant volley from Kilitsering. But right now, all they need is a simple way forward to a goal. Kandu, solid header sends it right back. TENSUNG forced to restart from deep. Right now, their orchestra, a symphony of chaos. And in the midst of it all up front, still alive. A shot from Kilitsering, not enough. And a scramble towards the 6-yard box. On the corner for TENSUNG. A lot of opportunities there to have gotten a proper shot off. But it is what it is. Off to the corner, Pulpa Tenzin. Sompunso posted inside. Again, despite his height, he is not the only target they have. A lot of aerial challenges. This time, Sompunso! Marked by Kandu. And what a brilliant job he did. But in the midst of it, a collision on the head of the TENSUNG captain. A closer look at that contact. Yup. Had to have hurt. Clean there. Kandu Anchu simply jumped straight up. But from behind the giant, a bigger giant was putting his head down. And an unfortunate clash there. Hopefully he is back up on his feet. TENSUNG will need his presence going forward. Captain for TENSUNG, otherwise a brilliant defender, can go up against anyone 1v1. But right now, his issue against this young UGYEN Academy squad is the fact that they do not have a singular point of attack. They are letting loose waves upon waves through all sorts of angles. And he is only one man, can't be everywhere at once, which is where his troubles are beginning to show in this match here today. 10 minutes past the first hour. Possession. UGYEN Academy right behind Kilitsering. Gets enough pressure on Santa. And turnover back for TENSUNG. This time they are able to keep possession, but a whistle on Legden will give TENSUNG the opportunity to develop nonetheless. It was Chimmy. Not intentional, but simply in the way. Askinza. Pass read like a book. Poked off. Santa. 3 options. And again, miscommunication there. Maung Sonam gave up his lane for Santa to commit to that run himself. And Santa thought Ngawang would continue on. Jigdrill plays it short. Incredible calm there from the captain. Tensung has picked up steam, but at this point, so have UGYEN Academy. Finally, a stretch where both teams are committing to attacks left and right. UGYEN Academy sends it right back. Sompunso, Kinzang played it off to the wing like hounds. The Academy boys chasing that possession from behind. And they will get it off of Kinle. Santa had the technique there, but simply couldn't set it out a bit higher. Tensung in the way, UGYEN Academy in the way. Both teams self-destructing right now. Their possessions are feeling a lot more rushed than it was in the first hour. They are throwing away possessions. They are handing it over to the opposition, which is opening up a lot of avenues for counters, but again, self-destructing even on those counters. As Tensung, this time able to keep possession for a bit longer, but right as I said it, right off to UGYEN Academy and right back off to Tensung. Chaos here at Tenchaling as Tensung struggle to find their way back into this match and struggle to find their equalizer. This time lob back up. A bit too hard there. Could have sent it over Sochonyima. But too much pressure from the back. The intimidation from Sochonyima there as well. A factor in that attempt, and UGYEN Academy restarting from their own goal line. Again, it is still only a 1-goal lead as a substitution underway. Kilitsering, a questionable stretch, has been subbed out. Coming in is Nado for Tensung. The first appearance, number 12 for Tensung. Nado has made all campaign long this season. And hopefully that will be enough calm and composure to take the edge of this match. Legged in. Brilliant delivery. UGYEN Academy. Let that shot fly. They had the personnel, could have closed up much earlier. Not sure if it was their touchdown, Sochonyima. Or they were signaling for an offside, which turned out to be the case. But immediately back to the chaotic match we've had in the last 10 minutes. A long ball here, a long ball there. No solid possession in between. UGYEN Academy almost a fumble on that throw-in. This time managed to get it clear of their first line of defense. The offside flag denying UGYEN Academy this time. Sompunso sends it out long. A lot of options for UGYEN Academy. A lot of angles left open by Tensung. But that will do the job. Four bodies up front. But that outlet nowhere near any of their teammates. Again, a wonderful opportunity. Chinle. But ended up clipping Jigdrill instead. This time, on the left flank. Not an avenue they want to get in. Possession still inside Tensung territory. This time lets off a powerful one. And the rebound, Sompunso toying around a bit too much. As UGYEN Academy close to their second. Santa wiggled his way around the giant in the back for Tensung. A bit too much confidence there from the captain of Tensung. Almost cost them their second. 1-0, realistic odds. 2-0, not the spot you want to be. As Hezudoji sends it out long. Well, with the close call there, UGYEN Academy are smelling blood. They have gotten their intensity up. Somlore, brilliant pressure, forcing that prayer inside, but a header keeps it alive for Tensung and a body in the way as Chikdrol sends it out. And Chikdrol to restart again for UGYEN Academy. This time a bit inaccurate, but Purpa cannot keep it under control. UGYEN Academy passes it right back. Out to the flanks. Not is it up here. Kinza Tenzin this time missed that challenge with the shoulder. Santa helping out on the flank. Matched right up against the captain, Sompunso. In the way of that shot, and this time taking no risks as he sent it out right to the middle. Khandu, however, gets the first header. And a late challenge there. And Chimi earns a set piece in a marvelous position for UGYEN Academy. The challenge from Lekitandin. Plenty of options for the youngsters to work with. Again, we've seen no shortage of set-piece antics. Can we see one from UGYEN Academy, or will they go for it directly as Ngao Sonam lobs it up? But not enough there to threaten Izudoji, and right the other way, and right the other way again. As UGYEN Academy gets it right back off of a deflection there. A bit more than 10 minutes remain until we hear the end of this match. And so far, Tensung have not found the momentum they were swinging with in the first 10 minutes of this game. A lot of attempts early on, and since then they have died out. Sompunso involved deep inside UGYEN Academy territory. A header flicks it right back. Lochanyima. Calm save there from the goalkeeper, letting it loose on the left. An overload on that other flank might be the best decisions they make going forward. Sompunso right in the middle. Hopefully that is not an action they come to regret later on. Yes, Tensung committing to a lot of bodies up front. This time, UGYEN Academy from the edge gets a shot off and the body in the way. Still alive. Pravin got a head in. Chimi Right foot. Izudoji gets the first save, still alive for UGYEN Academy, still on side. A lot of options if they get a pass out. Poked right out, midfield. Still heavily contested. TENSUNG gets the escape. The captain. Pass played brilliantly but couldn't quite keep it under control. And back the other way, UGYEN Academy. Pravin. UGYEN Academy. The youth, the youngsters showing a level of maturity and not expected from their age. But amidst this calm, it is TENSUNG finds a feet out. Kinzang to Lewangdi on that delivery to the left. Not enough. Jigdrell on that feint. Passes it short. Intercepted by TENSUNG. Again, no outlet on that build-up from TENSUNG. Brilliant job getting these steals in. Som right in. Kanuanchu takes his assignment brilliantly and challenged from behind. TENSUNG this time earning the set piece. A better angle. Kanuanchu did the absolute best he could have against Sompunso. But Chimidoji a bit too late. Rushed right into Chilewangdi. And now on the set piece, Purpatenzin TENSUNG, a side that has plenty of shot power across their roster, has not been accurate. But this time, with the calm, with the restart, can they put it past Lochonyema? Run up, shot, and way off to the side. Again, got it past the wall at least. But couldn't quite find the target past it. Not much time remain. UGYEN Academy still with the 1-0 advantage, but not the most comfortable place they want to be in. TENSUNG, on the other hand, a loss here will derail their ambitions going forward. Sompunso against Kandru. Gets that header low. Missed clearance there. Last contact, TENSUNG, throw in for UGYEN Academy. But still, options are live. Chimmy has been crucial to their build-up. This time, let's lose a through ball right through the middle. But the runners far too much on the side. Quick restart there. UGYEN Academy gets a flick in. Kandu. Tilawandi making a run of his. Well, still chaos. Back to TENSUNG, who sends it right back out. Kandu gets a header in, back off to Tensung. And right back to UGYEN Academy, who sends it out long. Tensung, final contact. UGYEN Academy to throw in. Santa. It is UGYEN Academy. This time the space on that left flank. Somlore. Right past Kinzang, but that second body in the way. Sends it right out. UGYEN Academy still alive, however, finding an angle in right down the middle. Chimi. A promising build-up early on. But that will be the end of it, and it goes the other way. Tensung. Last season, no registered wins against UGYEN Academy. Had the hope, had the possibility for a much different storyline this time around. But with that fantastic delivery from Chimitochi, the stories have turned completely. It is last place, UGYEN Academy. Tensung making a solid run up front, but too many bodies in the way. Brilliant partnership there between Chiktril and Kandu. Kept the military forwards right off and away. As this time, Pravin looking to make that run, gets to it first. A lot of options. Somlore on that far post. Santa gets a chest in and the body in the way on that shot. Still anyone's ball. Solid touch in from now on. Sonam. One of their 2 goal scorers in that matchup. A nail-biting loss against Tsirang at home. Here's there. Right. Past the halfway line. Posted up. Tensung manages to get a hold of possession. And a bit rushed there from Purpa Tenzin. And not much time remain. Less than 2 minutes. Here's there sending it out straight down the middle. Tensung hoping for a body in the way. Flicks it up. Possible handball there. But Tensung will have to be happy with a corner. Might very well be their last opportunity, so they will have to make it count. Their deliveries so far have not been the best. As Kinzang lobs it, back post. And a lot of blue bodies in the way. Immediately opening up an angle for UGYEN Academy to fight right back. 5 more minutes have been added. Is it Tochi? Ambitious run there from Tensung. But UGYEN Academy sends it right back out. Daring Tensung and the military boys to make something happen. Time is winding down. UGYEN Academy free of pressure. But still likely that Tensung will come right back in. Sompunso, let's loose. One from distance. Had the arc there, but not the power to threaten Lochonyima. Again, nothing short of last-minute drama may be at our hands. As a delivery right in. No contact to put it past Eizetochi. Just yesterday, in what was almost a draw between the Grizzlies, Transport United and Poro FC, ended with not even a last minute, but a last second goal courtesy of Yuta Mishima. Cho sends it right down the middle. TENSUNG. They have sent their captain up front. But he is playing too deep himself as well. He needs to be the target in that final box. Get the final touch in. But he is playing the creative role instead. TENSUNG are getting crosses in, courtesy of Kinzan Toji. And Purpa on the flanks. But on the other hand, Kanuanchu and Jigdril doing a fantastic job keeping the captain of TENSUNG at bay as well. As Sobel gets it right back, a better angle for a delivery, body in the way, sends it right up. Legged in. Header off to Purva Tenzin, who clears it off. And again, Kanuanchu gets a head in before TENSUNG's captain can even dream of getting a touch in. And Ngawang Sonam. Solid effort. The rain not helping Izitoji, as that ball slips out for a corner. Delivery is a Tochi. Brilliant read on the trajectory. TENSUNG, possible counter. Drives a Hail Mary right down the middle. Jigdril gets a touch in and sends it right back. A brutal back and forth. And UGYEN Academy earn yet another corner. It is the youngsters getting the opportunities that TENSUNG are dreaming of right now. And taking it, UGYEN Chinle earned a yellow card earlier in this match in that chaos right between TENSUNG and UGYEN Academy. Looking for options. Delivery. Perfect. Punched off. Here's Itoji. No blue jersey in the way. TENSUNG. Might be the drive they need. Might be the push for the equalizer. Kinzang cuts back in. They are playing this smart. They are playing this patiently. But right as I said it, delivered in the midst of so many bodies. UGYEN Academy coming out on top. Pravin gets a touch in off of Sangeletro. A foul on that throw. Earns it right back for TENSUNG. Again, 5 more minutes added. 4 minutes already passed. Will we see one more last minute thriller in the BoB Bhutan Premier League, or will UGYEN Academy finally get a reason to celebrate as that header flicks it right up? So Chonyima. Clean pickup from the captain, from the goalkeeper. Sompunso right out there. TENSUNG praying for any sort of contact up front, but Kanduwachu sends it right off. TENSUNG skipper. Again, 4 versus 4, a battle you do not expect to see every day. But right now, Kanduwachu is coming out on top. Plenty of power. Up front, Santa. And that will be it. With this whistle, chaos now in the BoB Bhutan Premier League table as the battle intensifies between the entirety of the lineup we have in the men's competition. UGYEN Academy finally get their 3 points, still at the bottom, tied alongside Thimphu FC, who have 3 points as well. Tensung will stay where they are, 4 points. But again, the beauty of this league is that any team who gets a win will climb right back up to the top. And UGYEN Academy gets their first 3 points courtesy of that brilliant delivery by Chimi. Played it right in front of the goalkeeper, and Santa didn't really have much to do, simply positioned himself there, and the deflection went off past his Doji, and a win it will be for UGYEN Academy. A much awaited win as they close out the first round of the BoB Bhutan Premier League, with no teams down at 0 points and all the teams within 4 points except for BFF Academy, who's still undefeated, are up at 10 points. Other than that, it is within 7-3. The tightest table, the tightest competition we've had in a long time. And my oh my, in what showing the Academy boys have done it in, still maintaining their head-to-head win streak against Tensung at Tenjiling. But until then, it will be a long while until you guys hear from me. Might be a blessing for some of you. But until then, this was your commentator. Our national squad will be participating in a lot of international campaigns while we have the international break. So do show some love, do show some support for our boys and for our entire country of Bhutan. Even the women's are having their campaign down at Goa right now. Won against Sri Lanka, started off with a loss against Nepal 1-0 off of an unfortunate deflection off of Dojire. But 4 goals following that performance. And hopefully we see more from the boys squad this time around. The roster has not been announced, but hopefully it is soon. Do follow Bhutan Football Federation and the BoB Bhutan Premier League on Facebook for more information, updates and announcements. Also, do follow the Women's Football in Bhutan page alongside the BoB Women's Nationals League page as well. Until then, again, this was your commentator, Ugintesh Tochi. Thank you all for staying with us despite the interruptions we had with the rain. And see you guys when we resume the league.